Pull up. Do not adjust your social media settings, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming in hot. Welcome once again to another edition of Geek Culture Congress Podcast with my good friend, actor and comedian, writer, playwright, life coach extraordinaire, Mr. Tarek Lewis.
Life coach. We're adding life coach. We're putting that on there now. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Who's going to check?
No. Always going to check. Always going to check. Hey, if Trump could be president, you'll be fine.
I'll be, yeah.
We got this is low standards out there. It's all right. Oh, man. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Geek Culture Congress Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Little Sweetie Jr. Gonzalez, company with my good friend, Mr. Tarek Lewis, actor, comedian, currently still on strike, so we're not going to talk about any of his projects. Okay, thank you.
No, none of that.
Google him, all right? Just Google him. There you go.
I thought we were close. Close.
What's going on? Why don't you enlighten us, people who don't understand how the actors strike? Because the writers have finally went to work. They signed an agreement, right? And they're back to work now.
Yeah.
So explain to everyone who doesn't really understand what's going on with the actors. What's going on?
Probably the biggest thing is the use of likeness. There's a big concern that they'll shoot you, film wise, and take your
not really shoot you.
Yeah, not really shoot you. Yeah, and take your likeness and can reproduce, even flashback scenes and go back without having to actually use you. And you signed on for that project, and now they're using your likeness in several other things.
Yeah,
that's the concern. That's one of the bigger concerns, and the share of revenues, because we all know everyone streams.
That's right.
The entertainment industry, as far as acting, has always been set up on the idea that shows will be on syndicated,
right,
and therefore be advertised, and advertising dollars will bring in, and that'll be the measure. Like the Nielsen ratings will be the measure of how we pay residuals to the actors.
Right.
And with streaming, that is tough to do because a lot of streaming doesn't have commercials. So there's no way to tell how many commercials we're able to get off or sell during your thing. And there's no way to tell how the streaming companies are being evaluated, how they're making their money, because,
Yeah.
And they're not divulging that either. So that is the big issue.
Of course not. Why would they, right?
Right. Right. I get them protecting. Yeah, I get them protecting their interest. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they could have made vehicle makers could have made a vehicle by now that lasts for 20 years.
Right. So,
but that means that we got to sell a new car every 20 years. Like, damn that. We'll give you something that lasts for 6. Ride this Geostorm out for 6 years.
Like a cell phone too, right? The cell phones, computers.
Yeah. Your cell phones, like the iPhone just dropped. I think that's long ago. Yeah, a little while.
New joint. Yeah,
we're gonna dumb it down.
But that brings up an interesting. We're still on this topic with the actors and stuff like that, because a lot of Netflix, Disney Plus, their rates have gone up for the regular streaming, but then now they have these new tiers which are ad driven.
Yeah,
so you can pay a lot cheaper, but you get a little bit of ads. I think Hulu has this right now.
Yes,
Hulu has that right now.
Hulu with ads,
and it's pretty annoying. That's what I got it on there for Hulu. So I'm like, every time my wife is watching something on Hulu, I'm like, oh my god. But you know, that's potentially some, a revenue generator for you guys, yeah, for the actors, right?
Yeah,
That's a little bit of the traditional model, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That all depends on how many people adopt that.
Right, right.
I
No,
know
but
that the consumers don't want that necessarily.
yeah, yeah.
That's the
It's
thing.
not sexy. Definitely, it's not sexy at all.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a new iPhone is sexy, but
Right.
commercials and the shows are not sexy. It was like a necessary evil, back in broadcast days. But now it's like, do we really need this? You know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah. No,
guess
people don't
it's
want to watch commercials anymore. Matter of fact, people
right.
will record their live shows even on the networks and then just fast
Yeah.
forward through them.
Oh, so on that note, I want to talk about my father, Tarek. My father, God bless him, he's still alive, still with me. But he know that I loved Transformers movie and GI Joe, right? I love those
Hmm.
cartoons. He would record because he worked at night, so he would record
Okay.
during the day the cartoons for me on VHS, and he would pause before they go to commercial.
Wow.
That's how much that man loves me.
That's what's up.
I used to have the VHS collections of the broadcast recordings without commercials because of my father.
Yo, he was
he
a
would, he would,
trooper.
he was a trooper, man. Yeah, he still
And
is
where
a
are those
trooper.
tapes
He's still
now? Those
kicking.
tapes could be anywhere.
Those tapes are gone, man. Those tapes are gone.
The tapes are gone?
Yeah. Tapes
Oh,
are
wow.
gone.
Okay. Well,
But
he did his
you
best.
can watch them. You can watch uh, Generation One Transformers for free on YouTube now. All the episodes.
I want Generation One is fine. I want that season. I think it's season 2. I want the Rodimus Prime season. I want to go back and
Yeah, it's
see.
there. Yeah, you can see it. All of
Okay.
it's up. All of it's on the
Like, was
YouTube.
it
Yep.
as
It's still
bad as everybody
technically.
made it seem to be? Like it couldn't be.
There's some iffy episodes.
Of course.
There's a lot of iffy episodes. It's Transformers. What we're gonna do? It's actually interesting because I was watching like the very first one, like the one that when they crash land, on Earth, and they crash land in prehistoric times, and they get rebuilt when the what's it called? What was the robot? The name, the computer, the supercomputer that was in the
Oh,
Autobot
Teletran
ship?
1.
Teletron 1. When Teletron 1 wakes up and starts
Yeah.
remodeling everybody, Decepticons and
Mhm.
Autobots,
Yeah. Teletron 1
and
was
cars.
that was
Yeah.
big.
So I was watching that whole progression of that story, and it's pretty good. It stands up.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm waiting for some cheese, some
Mhm.
kitty stuff. And I was
Yeah.
like, man, like even the like, like the like you feel it. Like you're like, oh man, the Decepticons, somebody's got to stop them. Like you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Gotta get
You
starting to
start
run
getting
a while.
emotionally invested. And I was like,
Oh man.
this is why those episodes are great, man. Whoever wrote those, they kept it simple. It hits, and you're invested. You know what I mean?
That's Decepticons.
Yeah.
Oh no, we gotta stop them.
Because so in contrast, you try and watch yeah, you try and watch He-Man. That's a tough watch. As an
But
adult to watch
He-Man's
the old
funny
He-Man.
now, though.
The
Isn't it?
old He-Man cartoons, it's funny. You laugh at it now, but
I think it's funny.
mhm. And there's a lot of GI Joe episodes where you're like, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah, no, GI Joe was wild, but the GI Joe movies were
Oh
a
yeah,
hit
the movie was
to me.
great. Yeah, the movies are great.
Yeah,
And the movie, Cobra, that intro, it should have won an
yeah,
award.
yeah.
Yeah, that GI Joe movie intro. If that doesn't make you hype for anything after that, something's wrong with you. Okay.
Yeah, the baritone section on who is it? Cobra.
Yes.
The baritones come in on that one. Dude, serious.
Cobra. Shout out to Sid. Man. What's going on, Sid? Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about, of course, Loki season 2, episode 2, double twos. I'm liking the show, man. I'm liking the energy it's bringing. Right? I look at this product, this Loki season 1 and season 2, right? Because we got 2 episodes in, right? And we're supposed to look at the show as a whole, right? Right?
Yeah,
When it's
yeah.
all said and done, right? I look at Loki as a whole right now. We've got the whole season of 1 and 2 episodes of season 2, and compare and contrast that to what we've had from MCU, especially Secret Invasion, is like, wow. You know what I mean? Like Like, what happened between all those shows and then decided, I get it. They just keep that energy from that season one of Loki, and it's like it's just going. It's like a locomotive train, it's just like running. You know what I mean? Versus like the other stuff is just kind of like, except for like WandaVision. Beginning of WandaVision was cool. The ending was okay. You know, I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
I,
I don't know.
I, I'm not a fan. I'm
Of
not.
Loki.
I'm not a fan.
No, you're not
It's
liking Loki right now.
no. I'm having a hard time being interested.
Yeah, you
It's
know what? They're not doing well. It's not doing well. Streaming numbers are not doing well. It's
it's not it's all it's not. I won't say it's all over the place, but like this
mm,
not the technical part of it. Like the time stream has to do this, and then I have to have this machine, and it's just like
yeah.
there's not a
I, I
lot of like
I just
heart
I
to
just
it.
stopped trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm not trying to figure it out, but it's just like, yo, where's the heart? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, they did
I think
finally
it's
get
kind
to
of more.
Sylvie.
So it's kind of like I've watched a lot of breakdowns from different YouTubers and stuff like that, and there seems to be consensus like the first season of Loki is kind of about being lonely. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Yeah, and it seems like that is kind of continuing too. It's kind of like Obi is lonely. You know,
Yeah.
he only gets recognized whenever they need stuff fixed. Um, of course, Sylvie is lonely in the point that we're more like she was, tired of running, right? Maybe
Yeah.
like lonely in her struggle, in the beginning, and then now this season she's more free, you know.
Yeah. I get they're trying to like they're trying to inject that idea that like, hey, when you cut off timelines, you're cutting off people's lives,
Right.
and that's what Sylvie was fighting against the whole time. And that's fine, but like the plot of like the loyalist, the
Mm,
inside
mm-hmm.
loyalist,
Right.
you
Right.
know,
Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen. If I didn't say that, all right, we're gonna talk about where we're at in season 2, episode 2 of Loki. Okay. All
yeah,
right. 3, 2, 1, go.
yeah, yeah. So that plot with the loyalist, like it's kind of interesting, but the way they had to take them down, like the manner in which they just had to do it, like that plot was weak. Like make it to me, like make it more like a heist thing. Like we got to get all these people together. It's just disjointed, and it's like there's not enough character in it for me.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Loki season one was interesting because all the variations of Loki's,
Right.
and it's like Loki trying to find his humanity because he almost had this like moment
Mm-hmm.
of um you know com- he had this moment of like saving Thor or trying to
Mm-hmm.
save Thor that he
Right.
didn't know about, and it's like teaching evil Loki that hey, you weren't always evil, you did some other stuff,
Yeah.
and they've lost all that now. Like, and then there's no He Who Remains.
Right.
Like I'm sure they're waiting for the end to do that, but it's just not hitting for me. I mean, I watch it, but I don't know a lot. I don't have a lot of people like talking to me about it that are like, "Hey, what did you think of that last Loki?" I haven't
Yeah.
seen a lot of that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of buzz. I enjoyed it for the most part. I think it's interesting so far. I'm trying not to not to get involved in the why things work, you know,
Yeah,
more than I'm trying to enjoy it. Sid says he's not interested in Loki season 2, but he hopes it has some cool special guest features or some redeeming quality. So he's riding out, even though he's not liking it too much. Well, I mean, I guess we all are. Tarek's not
yeah,
feeling it right now, but well, I think it's cool. So far, I haven't fallen off the train like I did with Secret Invasion. You know, but let's get into some of the plot beats, man. And I apologize to the people that are in the fan chat. You guys are gonna have to join me on the YouTube channel, Speedy's Multiverse. Okay, go give me a like over there, and then I can read everyone's comments when you guys chime in. Okay, all right, that's simple. Speedy's Multiverse, YouTube.com/at Speedy's Multiverse. Okay, go ahead and follow me over
oh,
there,
is the fan chat
and then I can
currently
read
not
these comments.
working?
Yeah, it doesn't restream, and it's I guess the way it works. I guess comments in my fan group on Facebook, they don't show up on my chat here in Restream, so I could share it to the
Oh no, they did not.
all
Yeah,
the yeah, it's garbage. That's what I'm trying to say. It's garbage, guys. Go to the YouTube channel, okay? Make my life and your life easier. All right? Yeah. All right, cool. And I got on my. Unfortunately, I was looking at the chat, trying to keep up with people who are talking in there, and my show notes are here on my phone. So now, yeah, the struggle's real. Okay. So I guess it's more like there was a little bit of a call war to kind of what happened in, when I guess he was trying to when he got mad, so they went to a 1997 London, England, the beginning of this episode, right? And
Yeah.
they're hunting down one of the first hunters.
Yes.
What's his name? B-15, X-15, X5, X5.
I think it was
There you go.
X5.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, X5 is hunting him, and of course B-15 is the other hunter. She's helping them find him. So he becomes an actor, and there's a bunch of little Marvel Easter eggs that movie Zaniac. That's an actual character in Marvel Comics.
Is it really?
So yeah, it is. So back in the days, back in the 70s, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a little horror kind of thing, something like that. So that was kind of cool, little Marvel Easter egg there for the comic book fans. But he's there's a little bit of that theme, right? Because this X5 now, he kind of acts the way Loki was acting, very selfish.
Yeah.
Like it was all about him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
he wants his life.
Yeah. And so Loki sees the duality and he gets frustrated by the duality when he's trying to catch X5 to get the answers that he needs, trying to find Selfie, right?
Yeah.
Sylvie. Yeah. So I thought that was very interesting. You know what I mean? And then they even get to the point where where he kind of like X5 drops some truth bombs on Loki in the interrogation room when he's getting interrogated, and he talks about his mom and stuff like that. And you know what happens when you talk about somebody's mom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What you say, cuz?
He didn't really do that, but then he flipped that that machine, that portal machine that gets smaller and smaller. He put him in it.
Yeah.
And when that old Loki was coming out, you know what I mean? That that kind of cynical, mean Loki, the villain Loki. That's what he was saying. He's like, that's what X5 was telling him. He's like, you're not a hero. Stop trying to be.
You're not a good person. Yeah, you're like this everywhere, always.
Yeah. So I thought it was very interesting that other than that, I kind of agree with you. Like there wasn't a lot happening in this episode, but very little movement of the plot forward, because they finally found Sylvie, and she's hanging out at this McDonald's, right? And
the
80s, right? Somewhere in the 80s. I forget what state she's in.
I don't remember
Alabama
either.
or something. I don't know. A very country state, I think. But she like doesn't want. I don't understand. I only got lost when they went back to go stop the people who are pruning the timelines with grenades. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like, why would she come help anyway? She didn't care.
Well, she wanted her timeline to be safe.
Yeah, because she didn't want her timeline to get blown.
Yeah.
That was why they talked her into it. But other than that, I think maybe, and I've been seeing a lot of theory show episodes lately, and I think Obi might actually be a Kang variant, bro.
A what?
I think Obi might be a Kang variant.
You think Obi is a King variant?
Yeah. I think he might be a Kang variant. I think he might be actually the villain of this show. Kind of like the misunderstood villain, kind of manipulating things to happen because he's, he's kind of lonely,
That would be whack. That would be terrible.
You think so?
Yeah, we want Kang.
Well, I think we're absolutely gonna get him. Yeah, we're gonna get him. Oh, we're definitely gonna get Mr. Timely.
Yeah, you end season 1 with the statue of Kang of He Who Remains. That's what the end was. and then you end. I think it was Quantumania with Mr. Timely, and we're not seeing any of that. And I know Jonathan Majors, there were some issues with Jonathan Majors. I don't know if it was even planned. I would like to think a lot of this was already shot before any of that went down. It's just they're not doing good. It's not drawing me in from the previous one. So everything you're saying, like Obi is an interesting character. I think he is an interesting character, and there's interesting parts. It's just not coming together for me. And Mobius is always like getting pie and like eating snacks. Like he used to be the serious agent. Now like everywhere they go,
I just want to also make a statement that key lime pie is pretty disgusting.
it's just terrible. It's terrible.
If I wanted to calm down, that'd be the last thing I eat. But it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's kind of like more like a desperate meal. Like, you know, like we ain't got nothing else to eat. I guess I got to eat this
we need
key lime
nutrients.
pie.
Yeah. Like I need calories.
I need some kind of calories right now. I'm going to have to eat this key lime pie. That's
what
that means to me. But
yeah.
You know, shout out to all you key lime pie fans though.
Yeah.
Hold on to your truth, okay?
You have the strength of the Lord in you. Good for you. I ain't got it.
Strong stomach, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Them teeth got to be shaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, it's not Tom Hiddleston's fault. It's just
I think he's great. I think he's doing great. He's definitely bringing it every episode so far. As far as like the acting chops, I think I get it. I'm okay with where it's at right now. Other than it kind of ended like kind of finitely, you know, like they failed. A lot of timelines got pruned, and those timelines are gone. Those people died, you know.
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to remember what
episode kind of ended like that.
What did Sylvie do at the end of this episode? I mean, I know she helped.
She went back. She went back.
Yeah. She's talking to the kid from McDonald's.
Timeline. Yeah, she went back to her McDonald's.
Yeah.
And she was talking to the kid, I guess.
So I thought she might be going back to being evil or whatever I thought she might be back. At the end, it was very ominous how she spoke to that kid.
Yeah, that was true. I guess it goes back to the whole theme of the show. Like, you're really a villain, you know? Like,
yeah,
the Loki variants are really villains, not really heroes, you know? But we'll see. We'll see what happens to episode 3. We got how many episodes is the season? Do we know? Another 8?
Is it 8 episodes?
Probably. It seems like that's their favorite number. Seems like 8 episodes is a favorite.
Yeah, it'll be 6 episodes.
6, even shorter. Wow.
Yeah.
And we already got 2 down, so we need some action and excitement this third one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing it.
We need things to pop this third one. Yeah.
It almost feels like they're doing the show because the first season was popular, rather than having a reason to do the show.
No, I get it. I think they're building up a lot of things that are going to be leading into what they want to do with what's going to happen in Deadpool 3 with multiverse stuff and Secret War stuff. I get it. You know.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's a lot of building that maybe they could have took care of it with 1 season instead of 2. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think that's my big thing. I'm like, just dragging this along. Come on.
Yeah. But however how you feel about Loki right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying it or not, is beside the fact that we got hot breaking news. The whole Daredevil reboot that was scheduled for for Disney Plus, the return of Daredevil to the MCU has been rebooted before it was booted.
Yeah, it's reshoot.
It's a reboot to the reboot.
Yeah.
It's a remix to the remix because Kevin Feige, I guess, during the break, shout out to all the actors striking and the writers, right? Because they're the ones that helped this happen, right? I guess Feige said, you know what? Let's sit down and watch a little bit of what we've done so far with Daredevil, right? Some post-production episodes. See
you gotta send in your dailies.
The plot is popping, yeah. See if it makes sense, right? I think they recorded like 8 episodes. That's a lot of episodes, man, right?
Did you record 8?
Yeah, I believe so. That's a rumor, man. That's a rumor. Don't
Wow.
hold me to it. Okay, that's a rumor. That's the hot rumor. Even if it's
Okay.
6, even if it was 3 episodes, that's still a lot of work, right? That's
Oh, yes, that's a
a week or
bunch.
two, a week or
That's a
two,
lot.
every episode, right?
No, yeah, at least a week every episode.
Yeah, that's somebody. That's time. That's time you lost. You
Yeah.
know. Suppose apparently and allegedly he sat down and watched what was done, and he said, "Nah, fam, it's not it." I wish he would have done that with some other stuff, but hey,
Um,
got pick and choose your battles, right?
the stories that they didn't have um, show Bibles. Um,
That's even worse.
yeah, so that's basically saying there was no like, oh, we know this is going to fit somewhere. It's
They were
almost like
freestyling it.
freestyling it, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's been
they're
happening
freestyling like
apparently with a lot of their shows. Yeah,
right. Well, I guess that's a way. So apparently, it's what I was and a bunch of different people who were explaining on YouTube and different channels and stuff like that. How Marvel makes their movies very similar to this, where they kind of have a loosey goosey plot, and they kind of shoot from the hip for the rest of it as
yeah.
they go, and that's how they made the first Iron Man and every other movie since then. You know. But
It says that
that's oh yeah,
half
I'm losing.
of the series, 18 episodes have been shot. Like with all the head writers, this is from the Hollywood Reporter.
Dang.
Yeah, and now on the hunt for
okay.
new writers and directors for the project. Hey, I'll do it. Yeah. I'm glad they're doing it though, because to a certain extent, because I do want to.
Oh, well, hold up.
Yeah, I do want a good Daredevil project, and because of what it did on Netflix, how good it was on Netflix. At least it was good to me. People are, they're looking for Daredevil to be good, and wanting Punisher to be involved. So it's gotta be good. Like they gotta nail this one. So.
Yeah,
So this is what Hollywood Reporter is saying. Through it all, the company eschewed the traditional TV making model, didn't commission pilots, but instead shot entire $150 million plus seasons of TV on the fly. Didn't hire showrunners, but depended on film executives to run its series.
That's what also I saw. They never made a pilot.
No pilots. Yep.
Yeah. That's wild.
They relied on post-production and reshoots to fix what wasn't working.
Wow.
Yeah.
So apparently they ain't doing that no more. They're gonna come a little different to their TV shows.
Yeah, go back to being a little more traditional. Yeah, which is good, man. Because I don't think any of these shows have been awful.
No. Even the worst show to me, Secret Invasion, had some cool stuff. Like that first episode was very interesting.
Yeah. You said the first episode, I was solid.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. The first episode. I was like, okay, let's see how far they're gonna go, and didn't do much. But yeah. So very interesting. I guess apparently also the other show, the Wonder Man show that was allegedly in the works, is also rumored to possibly getting rewritten again, completely from scratch again. And I don't think any pre-production has been done much at all with it, probably.
Yeah.
Or get scrapped entirely. And I know you're a proponent of things that are unnecessary getting the boot. So I wasn't a big fan about this Wonder Man show from the beginning. Although the actor attached was actually very interesting. He's a very good actor.
Yeah, Abdul Mateen. Yeah. He's very good.
Yeah.
Is that character interesting at all? That's my thing.
He's not.
Like Wonder Man is not interesting.
He's kind of like when you bought the Avengers comic and you're like, oh, Wonder Man's in it. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Yeah, there used to be some show that comes like
this
cartoon
guy that gets punched in the face.
Yeah, there's like this cartoon used to come on. It was like Iron Man, but it was like Iron Man Force Works. and like Wonder Man would be in there, and like War Machine was like a popular. Then like this is just
It's the backup guys. That's the third and fourth string, bro. Come on.
yeah. We're going way deep. We're going way deep. It would be interesting to do a Century movie or a show.
That would be interesting.
A Century show would be interesting.
Yeah. I think we're gonna definitely get the Century in next. Excuse me, Captain America movie.
Do you think so?
So I believe so. I think that's very, or if not, in the next Captain America movie and the Thunderbolts, whatever that.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I think it's more likely for Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
but I think maybe the threat still exists for the Captain America one. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta listen. I didn't think Falcon and Winter Soldier was a bad show either.
I didn't think it was a bad show either. I just I had problems with me. Of course, it seems like it's always the ending. It's always like the ending is like, let's just crash and burn it. Crash land it. Anybody die? No? Okay, great. Thumbs up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To me, it's those middle parts. For Moon Knight, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I liked WandaVision all the way through. Some of these other shows, Secret Invasion, like the middle part is just like, whoa, what's going on? So I would, I guess my thing with Captain America, and I love Anthony Mackie as an actor, and even the Falcon character and Winter Soldier character, is that putting Sentry in his film. How is he going to be competing with Sentry?
Yeah, Sentry's like Superman level,
Yeah, he's like that. That may not be a good look, Let's throw Sentry maybe in the
Icarus,
Yeah, in the Guardians films or something, him and Adam Warlock can fight or something because he's way overpowered to be fighting up Captain America.
It seems like to me like the MCU the power levels are kind of, like in a median versus the comic book, like Hulk is like all the way up here and Captain America's down here. You know what I mean? Like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it seems like for the MCU, they kind of made this like weird median for everyone's power levels.
They're definitely scaling people down.
Yeah.
They are definitely scaling people down. Which I get. Like, who wants to spend all that money?
I get you, bro. I get you. Speaking about spending money, I think I talked about everything main that we want to talk about today, right? So we talked about Daredevil, we talked about MCU, we talked about
Gen V. Did we get on Gen V at all?
I did not.
You still haven't watched Gen V?
I did not, and I still did not finish Castlevania Nocturne yet.
You're slacking. Now, Gen V is a series that is progressing very well.
Okay, all right. So it's popping.
It's popping, and of course, they had the ability to release the first 3, episodes on the first day.
Right.
So they're already on episode 5, and it's only been out 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, but Gen V is a show that
I did see some images of some Easter eggs from The Boys and things like that. Yeah.
Gen V is a show that's like, okay, this is progressing well. Like they're keeping me intrigued. If all the secrecy, it's keeping me intrigued. So, I'm liking Gen V. Now I will say this though. I will say this about Gen V and The Boys in general. It is definitely like the shock factor. It's very clear that they're marketing the shock factor of the show. Yeah. So it's always they're always going to do something rather lewd and extreme. Right. Because I guess that's the point. It's like, these people are scumbags. So
trying to show that this is not your grandpappy's superheroes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I get it.
That's kind of like, okay, I get it, guys. I get it. But other than that, the show's been good. And cool. Invincible dropped.
Invincible. I'm ready for Invincible. It dropped already?
No, it dropped the trailer, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I want to say Invincible dropped a new trailer.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting.
I did like the Adam Eve one shot show that they put up. I did watch that.
The
That was really
Adam
good.
Eve thing was
Yeah,
dope.
Adam Eve. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
like you're
that was
watching
definitely
that,
dope.
and sometimes you forget that you're watching an animated show. That
Yeah.
that particular one.
Hmm.
And I felt that way when I was watching Across the Spider Verse too. Like,
Hmm.
sometimes you're like, oh snap, it's just animated, not real. You know, like
Yeah.
the
And I
actors
know
are so
one
good.
last thing on another note. I know we will be seeing the Starks apparently in House of the Dragon
Oh, okay.
because they started casting. So they've cast. I think his name is Cregan Stark.
I see.
Yeah. So we will be seeing the North in House of the Dragon. They're back to casting it and whatnot. So that'll be interesting too.
Yeah, I'm excited for that show. It's always good. Game of Thrones, the House of Dragons, always a good time. Good time in the TV. As long as they keep bringing the heat. I want to talk about this Rebel Moon news. Well,
Yeah.
first off, I want to share that I'm super excited for Rebel Moon. As a sci-fi fan, I'm looking forward to it when it finally is available. But some interesting news tidbit came out in the trades. Hollywood Reporter, of all the trades, I want to share it actually because I had it kind of tested here, and I think I'm sharing the wrong thing. I'm stuck in a loop of sharing here. Oh my goodness, stop it! Oh, you audio guys, if you would have saw that was funny. Oh my god! All right, let's see if I can do this right now. Oh, all kinds of different things here on my computer. That's what happens. Allow restream to live stream. Allow. All right, let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. All right, so it's not working. So I'm just gonna have to read the article. That's what happens when you use a new browser, ladies and gentlemen, for your live show. Okay. Netflix sued over Rebel Moon by game maker that claims its world building was used in movie. All right. So this is the headline or the byline. Evil Genius Games filed a lawsuit against the streaming giant over a tabletop game it created for Zack Snyder's space opera, which will allegedly incorporate ideas from the game maker. Wow. Filed in California federal court. Let's see. Netflix was accused of terminating without any legitimate basis a licensing agreement with Evil Genius Games in a bad faith attempt to hijack intellectual property by asserting ownership over parts of the project to use in the movie and potentially release the game themselves to avoid sharing the profits. Wow,
Oof.
over a tabletop game, guys. This is not even a video game. This is like some D&D stuff. This is some roll dice. Roll dice. Evil Genius Games, which develops tabletop role-playing games based on movie franchises, reached a licensing deal with Netflix in March to create a Rebel Moon title. Under the agreement, the streamer would get a share of profits on top of a 25 grand payment. It's not a lot of money, guys. Okay, all right. Hate to tell you. Well, I mean, the share of profits would be cool, right? Because if it pops, it pops, right?
Yeah. Depending on the share of profits,
plus,
it's good. Yeah.
Plus, you got 25 grand. You pay your costs with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Netflix, however, couldn't provide essential background information vital to the development of the project since it was missing from the script, according to the complaint. Alien races and planets were not named or described. Royal characters and their lineages were missing, and there was no clear storyline of how the Rebel Moon universe originated, states the lawsuit. Netflix did not even deliver plaintiff any official Rebel Moon trademarks or logos. This is my nightmare. This is why I haven't moved forward with my character, Tarek, because I keep obsessing over the world building, or the background,
Yeah.
or the world Bible of my character, right? I keep obsessing over it, and I haven't really put anything together of the main story of what I want to put. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You have to have that foundation.
Right.
But you're never going to write that foundation.
Right. No, I get it, but it becomes like notes. You know what I mean? That maybe you expand on later. But still, I don't even, I don't even have those notes. But let's focus right here. We're talking about Zack Snyder, who's supposed to be a pro, right?
We're talking about your shit.
Netflix is supposed to be pros, right? They're supposed to be get this stuff down, right? At least
Yeah.
make a trademark or logo. They got people who do that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Graphic designers. I mean,
Of course.
there's Fiverr. I mean, come on, they can make things happen, right?
Yeah, Fiverr. I'd be crazy to see Netflix on Fiverr.
Hiring someone in like India make some logos. We need a logo for our new show. Let's go to Fiverr, guys.
Well, I don't understand. So what I'm trying to understand is, they're suing Netflix because Netflix backed out the deal.
Okay, no. All right, so I was saying, alien races of pounds were not named or described. All right, they didn't get nothing, no background, nothing, right? But for alien races, planets, no, the characters were missing. There's no clear story for how the universe originated, all that stuff. The game maker subsequently supplied all the missing pieces and created a cohesive backstory for the franchise in a world Bible. There's that word again, ladies and gentlemen. There's that. This is how the show just went full circle here. World Bible, okay? All right. There's a test at the end of the show, which it handed over to Netflix, where the script introduced a character as Alien One, for example. The company created its name, age, and origin, among other things. Snyder and multiple Netflix executives were so enamored, I'm sure, with the 228-page World Bible that they indicated substantial elements of it would be incorporated into the franchise, including the film. The game was finished in May. That means the product is done. But Netflix proceeded to do a complete about face accusing Evil Genius Games of breaching confidentiality provisions by releasing movie content at a trade show and disclosing unapproved artwork for the game to retailers. Netflix then used this as a pretext to terminate the agreement, assert ownership over plaintiffs' intellectual property, halt the project, and prevent the game from being released, or potentially release it themselves to avoid sharing the profits with plaintiffs. I'm sorry, but I'm confused. When did the teaser trailer come out for this? Come out in May?
It came a while ago, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Writes John Fowler, a lawyer for Evil Genius. Netflix accusations are baseless. The deal was terminated in May. Okay, so this all happened in May. The game was finished in May. The deal was terminated in May. So a lot of things happened in May. May game was done. May company goes to a trade show to show off game to get their people who play tabletop games excited about said game based on said show. Netflix got pissed, terminated their deal. A month later, Netflix sent a letter claiming executive ownership of the World Bible. It offered Evil Genius Games 50 grand to basically go away, forgive Netflix for its pretextual hijacking of the project and hand over the game to them. Evil Genius Games.
50 grand.
50 grand. In other words, here's 50 grand. We're going to give me the game, and, we're going to use the stuff that you wrote.
Okay.
As we want to. Evil Genius Games argued disclosure was agreed upon. A month before the licensing deal was signed, the two sides discussed presenting the game at the trade show, according to the complaint, which I'm sure there's an email trail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It also takes issue with Netflix employees disseminating the artwork in question to retailers as is customary prior to the release of games. In other words, Netflix was already sharing images.
Sharing stuff, yeah.
The lawsuit states Netflix somebody's getting fired on Netflix. I'll tell you that. The lawsuit states Netflix cannot credibly claim that plaintiff materially breached the agreement's confidentiality provisions since, among other things, Mr. Snyder had already publicized the existence of the Rebel Moon TTRPG tabletop role-playing game. For you guys who don't know though, right?
Did not know what the hell that was. Go, thank you for
March. He said the game was coming in March 19 of 2023 podcast appearance. The same artwork at issue had already been distributed by Netflix employees at GAMA, which I guess is for retailers, in April 24th to the 27th to over 100 retailers. The artwork was little more than a pitch material recycled for which is what they used at the show. And various Rebel Moon word marks and logos were already widely available on the internet. Netflix even instructed Evil Genius to use these materials rather than delivering official licensed property to Evil Games per Schedule A of the original agreement. Public
Mm.
claims breach of contract, unjust enrichment, seeks an order requiring Netflix, which didn't immediately reply to a request for comment to comply with the terms of agreement. And then there's a whole copy of the actual lawsuit because it's all public record. Yeah. And see if there's an update to the article, right? 'Cause if you're a journalist
Netflix.
worth for snuff, you followed up with any updates, or if Netflix had a comment, and I guess not. No, that's the end of the article.
Netflix is well, they haven't. Netflix hasn't commented.
No.
Excuse me. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still a big
Netflix
fan
hasn't commented. Update.
I mean, I guess it's part of the game of being in this business, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's why a lot of people
A
don't
little
do
bit.
stuff like you were saying. Like you want to protect your intellectual property, and people like they want to own it,
Hmm.
and the other companies they want to own it and be able to do whatever they want without having to license anything. So
Right.
that'll be a tricky one. I'm sure in the end of the day, Netflix doesn't want a lawsuit lingering. But let's be honest, is the general public concerned about, you know, a company that makes
About Zack Snyder stealing pot lemons from video game people, from poor video game
from
tabletop
board game
makers?
people, from you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From so
Not really.
there's
I'm a
not
big fan of it. I think it kind of sucks if it was very ingenuous of Netflix.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. Now
Or
if they issue a cease and desist, then that's different.
yeah.
Maybe they will.
Mm.
And that'll put things in limbo because then you don't want to put a bunch of stuff like say Rebel Moon takes off. You don't want to have to then like, okay, go back and give Evil
Yeah.
Genius a bunch of money
What if
because
Rebel Moon becomes the next Star Wars? Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's like its whole big thing, like it's as big as Harry Potter or something. You know?
right.
Yeah. That's a sticky, icky situation. Hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting. I hope it works out for yeah, I support the small people in that complaint, the tabletop creators. I met a bunch
Yeah,
of people who create games like that. But we even had some local people on our show back when we started.
yeah. I was gonna say
And
we've
they're
had some
just
people on the show.
humble dudes. Yeah, yeah. We've had
Hmm.
big, a lot of those. A lot of those game creators are pretty humble dudes, regular guys. Joes, and
Yeah,
just trying to make cool
people with a
stuff.
passion and a
Yeah.
creative you know a
Hmm.
creative outlet. So
Yeah. Well, I hope it works out for
go
them.
on strike
It works out.
with us. Go on strike with us, Evil Genius. No, I'm joking.
Man, let's see what happens, man. So I think I said I think we talked about everything we wanted to talk about today. Joey Franchise did not join us, but it's all good. He's lost some headphones.
Yeah, I think he has some technical difficulties.
Let's talk about you, man. Any yeah, you got any comedy shows coming up? Anything going on?
Performing in a few weeks. I don't remember the venue, but I will be in
Nice.
Gainesville in a few weeks, and possibly West Palm Beach, but
Oh, come on,
I'm
man. You
not
gotta
positive
plug.
yet.
This is your time to plug the show, man. This is your time
Yeah,
to plug the show.
yeah. No, you can't tell
You gotta
people stuff 2 weeks ahead
plug
of
the
time.
venue.
You got to plug them like a week in advance, and then people are like, oh, okay. You tell somebody something a month ahead, they're like, yeah, I got you. They forget.
So everyone, okay, just go ahead and follow Tarek. My name is Tarek on all the socials, okay?
Yes,
Um,
please.
and he's got his own YouTube channel, of course, as well. And so you can update it if you're in the Gainesville area when he's gonna be performing, right? You want to check him
Yeah,
out on live stand up. Completely funny guy when he's up doing his thing, and
yeah.
you don't want to miss out, okay? And of course, the show. Follow the show, Geek Culture Congress, on Instagram. If you're watching this on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel, I have not figured out what else to do new on the YouTube channel besides the regular podcast show, which is the Geek Culture Congress show that we do live on the channel. We try to do it every Monday. So I'm open to suggestions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thinking about hiring an editor, Tarek.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Thinking about hiring an editor, maybe just record some theory videos and
Okay.
send it to him and let him make it look cooler, and
Yeah.
upload them, and then maybe I'll become a famous YouTuber too, by complete luck.
You're pretty famous already, Speedy.
No, not enough. It's not enough. According to YouTube, it's not enough. According to the algorithms, you need more original content.
Scott, this became a very emotional ending.
Yeah, might as well.
You all right over there?
Yeah. Might as well talk about talk about a little bit of the secret sauce, how this stuff gets made, right? Because
yeah.
I want to thank everyone who's supporting the podcast. We've got an awesome support on the audio version of the podcast. Thank you so much. Of course, if you just enjoy listening to audio podcasts, by all means, you can find the Geek Culture Congress podcast everywhere great podcasts are listened to. Also, let's see, do I have anything else going on? We got a review for Five Nights at Freddy. Is that the...
Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
So Joey's gonna check that out. Give us a review for that.
Cool.
And so we got that coming to the show soon, or at least to the audio version of the podcast. At least exclusive movie reviews are always on the audio version of the podcast as well. Whenever we get a video of it, we do it on the on the YouTube channel, Speedy's Multiverse. So go and give me a subscribe over there. Tarek's got a YouTube channel too as well. You can check out his original stuff. My name is Tarek. Yeah. And YouTube as well. And thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us here on the live show. That's it for us today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for everyone who has been commenting and hanging out with us. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe. That way you get those alerts when we go live on Monday. And then you don't have to deal with any other social media weirdness, all right? You just go straight to YouTube. Yeah. YouTube is good for that. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel so inclined, please share and like and comment. If you're watching the replay of this, shout out to the replay crew on the YouTube channel. And of course, if you are listening to the audio version of this, also give us a rating on Apple or Google Podcasts or Spotify. That helps us out immensely as well. If you enjoy the show, man, thank you so much. Guys, have a good night. Have a good rest of your afternoon or weekend or whatever time it is you're listening to this. And next week, we're talking more Loki.
And hopefully Gen V. Hopefully Gen V, we'll watch it.
I will catch up. I need to catch up, okay? I need to buckle down and watch some stuff. All right.
Yeah, please.
And talk about this Castlevania, too. We got to talk about that.
Yes.
All right, my friend. Have a good one, brother.
All right. Peace.
Peace.